everybody, and welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Ivy Hartman. Joining me in the studio now are Sarah Barnard and Dan Parris, and they're here to talk about their documentary, Hitman to Hero. Now, I don't know if it does it for you, but it certainly does to me. It piques my interest when you say the title of the documentary is Hitman to Hero.
That's good. That means we got a good title.
But the storyline came from where?
The storyline, it's a true story. It's a story about a man who lives in Nicaragua today. He's 47 years old, and he, at one point in his life, was a hitman for the Sandinista army. So this was back in the late 70s, early 80s. He was very young. He was one of those teenage boy soldiers that we all heard about back then, and he had a horrible life, grew up in a very violent, abusive household with a lot of siblings, and experienced just terror that we can't even imagine. And so he went on, and
now he's a hero? In what sense?
He is a hero. It's an amazing story transition from that early life to the life he has today. So what he is doing today, jump forward to the hero part of it, is he is actually rescuing women and children out of human trafficking, sexual slavery situations in Nicaragua. So
Sarah, I gotta ask you, how did you get partnered up with this hitman and think about making a documentary about this?
It's an amazing story. I go down to Nicaragua every summer with a group to do mission work, and I was down there last summer and heard about this gentleman from a colleague of mine, a friend of mine, Barbara Madison, and she's a registered nurse and had done some trauma workshops with his group in Nicaragua, and she told me a little bit about his story, and she said, you know, I really think this would make a great book. You know, we need to find someone to write his story. And we're sitting there one night in rocking chairs, you know, in Nicaragua, talking about this. We had 2 days left in our trip, and you know, I said, this guy sounds like somebody that would make a great subject for a documentary film. Why don't we see if we can find him and interview him, put him on camera, and in the 2 days we have left, and see what we've got to work with here. So we tracked him down, and we were able to get some of his story on camera.
Well, did she use the same sleuth moves to track you down, Dan, and make you part of this partnership with her?
She kind of had me sold pretty quick. I heard the story. I was, and I met with them at Starbucks, and they kind of pitched it to me, and they'd seen my film, and I was in. Like, I love traveling. I want to make movies that make a difference. So as soon as I heard the story, I saw the footage, I'm like, this is going to be a great film.
I think we should point out for those viewers who don't know that, Dan, you are a documentary filmmaker, an award-winning one. Talk about the film Give a Damn that's out right now.
Yeah, so Give a Damn is, we've been showing it around for the last 6 months. It won Best Documentary at the St. Louis Filmmaker Showcase. It was in the St. Louis International Film Festival, and it's playing actually this February 24th at the Africa World Documentary Film Festival at the St. Louis History Museum at 6:30. So I've shown it to thousands of people, and gotten a lot of good responses, and it's really what I want to do with my life. So meeting Sarah and Barbara was perfect.
Yeah, so where does your background come from in documentary filmmaking? Did you pick that up living here in St. Louis?
I was an intern here at STL TV, and in 2005 I was here for a semester, and I learned a ton about production, and then I went off to film school in Los Angeles, went to Biola University, and graduated in 2008 with a degree in film production, and basically just kind of poured my life into this Give a Damn film. Been working on it for about 5 years, and learned a ton in the process, and so.
Just before we come back, Sarah, just to recap, Give a Damn is a documentary film about living in poverty in 3 different countries, and it's a wonderful, thought-provoking story that Dan tells. So you can see that February 24th at the Missouri History Museum right here in St. Louis. All right, so I can see after seeing his film, you thought, I know exactly who we're going to get to make this film.
Well, you know, we actually didn't even get that far. We saw Dan's film, we loved his film, and at the end of his movie, he talks about on camera about how he wants to continue making movies like this. That's his career plan for himself. So Barb and I saw his film, and we thought, we gotta meet this guy, because we didn't really at that point think he might want to come on board with us. We were still kind of figuring out this project, but we wanted to at least just have coffee with him and just talk it through.
And I can see where that's the beginning of this story, and the story continues because we have an opportunity for you to be involved, and it's a great opportunity for you to be involved with Hero to Hitman. If you want more information, you can go Hitman to Hero.
We start out as a Hitman.
We're going the other way. Come on, Ivy, get it to hitmanhero.com. But don't go anywhere because we're going to be back with more with Sarah and Dan in just a few minutes to tell you, get you clued in on how you can be part of this production. And remember to keep up with STL TV because we like to keep everybody in the know in St. Louis about all the great events going on around St. Louis. And you can do a great job of following us on Facebook, Twitter, subscribing to our YouTube channel are all great ways to keep in touch and experience St. Louis. And you can always watch us streaming live on stltv.net. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.